This is Parashat Vayera. Very interesting point regarding Parashat Vayera, the long parasha. At what point is like this? Why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu love Avraham? If they ask us, what made Hashem to love Avraham? One could think that Avraham went to the fire for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If somebody goes to the fire for you, you're going to love him. No, of course. One could think that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave him 10 tests, and all of them he was successful. He came out successfully. He did it, whatever that he was supposed to do. He overcame all of the temptation. He overcame the greed. He overcame every test. So, first of all, I'm going to tell you like this. We tell Avraham, we had 10 tests. We have more than 10 tests every day. What do you mean Avraham had 10 tests? Have 100 tests every day. Every movement of life is a test. But Avraham had only 10 tests. No, don't make a mistake. When we say Avraham had 10 tests, means that Baruch Hu created the world in 10 stages, 10 sephirot. There were every sephirah is the stage of life, stage of accomplishment. Now Avraham accomplished whatever that was to accomplish. At every stage, he was successful. First stage, second stage, third stage, 10 stages of the sephirot he did. So 10 the means that he overcame, he was touchy. Now, because of that, you should be beloved of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But believe it or not, Torah tells us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't love Abraham because of these things. Why does Hashem love Abraham? Torah says in this parasha, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, "Abraham oyelego gadol v'atzum v'levichu kol haaretz ki yidati למען אשר ישא בית בנו ואת ביתו אחריו ושם בדרך השם לעשות לך משפט למען אוהבי השם לאברהם ואשר ידבר אליו." HaKadosh Baruch Hu says that Yidati, I know him. Rashi says, what does it mean I know him? Lashon chiba, כמו מודה לאישה, הלא בועז. In other words, לשון ידיעה שהמחבר בבית האדם מתקרבו אצלו ויודעו ומכירו. Rashi tells us unbelievable point in psychology. Rashi says, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, that if I know him, what does I know him mean? You know a lot of people. What does knowing mean? Rashi says, knowing means chiba, endearment. Why? Because, unbelievable Rashi. Rashi says, somebody who endears somebody else, he brings him close to himself and he gets to know him and to recognize him. Urva and endearment means you try to get to know the person, to understand him. Sometimes we feel that we love somebody, but we are not interested in him. We are interested in ourselves. We are interested, how do I get out what I like? How do I get my pleasure out of her? That's not endearment to him. Endearment to somebody means somebody is dear to you. You try to understand him, and you start to relate to him. You bring him close to himself. He knows him. He knows what is his pain, what's bothering him, what is in his mind. To makiro, recognize him. What does it stand for? How could I help him? How could I get him to become more successful in life? How could I do that? That is the endearment. Now here Torah says, I love Abraham, the man because I know that he commands his children and his household to keep the derech of Hashem, the way of Hashem. Unbelievable pasuk. Pasuk is telling HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't love Abraham because Abraham stood in fire, he went to the fire, he did 10 tests. No, that's not the point. The point that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves Abraham is because Abraham, he commands his children to keep household of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What does that mean to us? We want the legacy of Abraham. We want to be like Abraham. See, there is something happens in the family. You want to do anything, want to do something. Always ask yourself, do I want my son to do that? Do I want my grandchildren to do that? Do I want that becomes legacy of the family? Or it's just temptation? It's not right. When a person follows the legacy of Avraham, he thinks this trend that I'm practicing, this thing that I'm doing, is it something that I want my children, my grandchildren to do and follow, or it has to be stopped right away? It's not right. It's not the way it should be done. I was talking to somebody. He said, I grew up in turbulent of life. I was, college, this, that, free to everything. I want my children to grow up like that also. I let them free. First of all, where did you grow up? You grew up in Iran, in the close community, or you grew up here 20 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. The society was much different. Society is not the way that it is right now. It's open to everything. You're gonna let these things happen to your children and the pitfall to be there. And moreover, HaKadosh Baruch Hu made a lot of miracles for you that the pitfall didn't work on you. You didn't fall through. Who says this miracle is going to happen for your children? It's crazy. You have to protect them. You get them. You have to make it very safe for them. You see outside what's happening. In other words, it's a reality. We can't just think that, it's something that bothers all of the Rabbanim in the community and all over. It's almost global problem that the youth are getting to drinking. More and more and more. People come from parties drunk. People come from the Kiddushin, husbands go home drunk. And this is something has to get stopped. Stop that. This is not, how do we tell our children this is the wrong thing to do when we don't practice ourselves in a way out of hand. Don't become, the highlight of the party should be what type of drink we have, how many drinks we have, how much are we going to get drunk. I cannot drive home. All of these things, the children learn when they see that. When that becomes our highlight of life, then we practice it. That's skillful. Therefore, if we don't want our children to follow that, to be somebody, to have to excess in drinking, and then what should we do? We have to start from ourselves and others. We have to make it that it's not the highlight of our party, how much you drink. Highlight of the Kiddush is what type of drink they serve and how much you drink. Of course, drinking is good. There's only Shabbat, only Yom, but it has to be moderated with moderation. And through being moderated and moderation, that's the great lesson that we're going to give to our children. And that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves us to be. We have to see our children, our grandchildren, how are we going to make them grow? When we practice in a way that they should be safe and they should be in the path of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that then we're going to become beloved of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we should be all of the brachot that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave to Avraham Avinu.